So I went to the bathroom in the middle of physics class. I go in and I see this girl and she's really not doing well. She looks nauseous. I say, "Are you okay?" She says, "No, I'm fine. I'm just gonna like chill in here for a while." I said, "Okay." So I left and then I thought about her and I was like, "Oh my God, I need to go back there." So I go back and I see all these girls from my high school pointing and laughing at her, and she's frothing at the mouth, literally having an OD reaction to something. I pick this girl up, I carry her to the nurse's office, and I'm like, "Nurse, what do I do? Like, do we call 911? Like, I had no idea. I was in shock. And the nurse was like, "Yasmin, don't waste your time on people that aren't worth it." And I was like, what?
Story time. As I've mentioned about like 50 times now, I used to go to private school before I went to high school. And private schools can get away with pretty much anything. We had this thing called the late bus, and it would take you home if you stayed late for after school activities or something. And to get to and from our school, you have to go up this very steep, windy, narrow road. And so they had this bus driver that everybody loved. He was a really nice guy. He was just one of those people who didn't know when to not do something or like personal boundaries. So every time we would go home, he would brake really hard and then start swerving and be like, "Ah, we're crashing." And everybody thought it was really funny. He would also do it on the highway. This one time I fell out of my seat and I smashed my face on the floor of the bus. And I went home and I told my dad, and he was so furious, and he called the school, and I got the man in trouble, and I didn't mean to get him in trouble. But then the next day, everybody on the bus was like, "Hey, can you pretend we're crashing?" And he was like, "No, I can't do that anymore." I felt so bad. Like, should I feel bad though?
So my mom called the school and she was like, "Hey, my daughter's not going to be in today. She has to go to the doctor." So I wasn't going to be there for like my first 2 classes. And of course, I had a test in my first class, which I obviously could not be there for. So as soon as I get home, it's after school, all my classes are done, I take the test. And I only got 3 wrong. Hallelujah. So my friend texts me, she's like, "Okay, like, let me know your score." So I go on there, and it says I got a 0 out of 40. 0, an F, 0. But I go on there and I only got 3 wrong. So I check Power School, it's like a place where you can check your grades. And she put the test in as an F. So now I have a 23 in my class, and I emailed her, right? And she said, "You weren't in class to take the test, so it's an F."
Throughout elementary school, I would always be that kid who'd be picked up last by their